Welcome to the TxDOT Beaumont District Rural Transportation Improvement Program, or Rural TIP, virtual public meeting. This pre-recorded video presentation covers the 2023 through 2026 Rural TIP. My name is Lauren Macia Cervantes. I want to welcome you and also thank you for watching this virtual public meeting that was first shared with the public on Tuesday, May 12th, 2022. I am the Public Information Officer for the TxDOT El Paso District, but I am serving as your presenter on behalf of the Beaumont District. This video presentation will go over the basics of a rural TIP, along with projects to be included in the upcoming 2023-2026 rural TIP for TxDOT's Beaumont District. We will explain how the projects in this program are selected and classified in order to make the most of the program. Once we've shared this information with you, you'll have the opportunity to review the Beaumont District projects that are included in the 2023-2026 program, both large and small. We will also review funding, answer your potential questions on where the money to pay for these projects comes from and how it gets distributed. Lastly, we will outline the options you have to comment on these projects and their priority. We would like to begin this presentation with a safety minute. November 7th marked 21 years of daily deaths on our roadways, with more than 75,000 innocent lives lost to preventable fatal crashes. For the past several years, about 10 people have died every day in crashes in the state. During the height of the pandemic, when traffic dropped nearly 50%, the death rate climbed to more than 11 a day, shocking state transportation leaders. Most crashes and fatalities are preventable and caused by things such as speeding, drunk driving, and distracted driving. Please do your part to keep our roads and fellow drivers safe. Let's talk about the areas that are included as part of the rural TIP process. TxDOT's Beaumont District includes the 8 counties as shown in the map. Projects included in the 2023-2026 rural TIP are located in Tyler, Jasper, and Newton counties. The Rural Transportation Improvement Program is a list of local projects funded in a TxDOT district over the next 4 years. This means that all projects included in the list are expected to be underway within 4 years following its approval. These are the changes you can expect to go to contract in the near future. It is multimodal, which means that it can include projects relating to highways, bicycle and pedestrian facilities, transit services, and freight projects, as well as the preliminary studies used to define those projects. The rural TIP is meant to show regional agreement on the need and priority of a transportation project, so all parties involved can be sure they are making the best investment for the community. A TIP is also expected to be consistent with the projects and objectives included in the regional long-range transportation plans to ensure that all agencies are working toward the same goal. The rural TIP is also part of the statewide Transportation Improvement Program. Because the program rules are established by federal law, no project can receive federal funding unless it is included in the STIP. It is important for you to participate in this process because funding secured by this process is intended to address your community's most immediate needs. By providing comments on the projects included, you are helping us identify regional priorities. By reviewing the entire program in a single meeting, you are, first, providing input on projects that impact the region. Second, helping us be more effective with your money. And 3, ensuring that we are investing where we should. Rural transportation organizations, metropolitan planning organizations, and local governments are responsible for selecting projects within their boundaries. TxDOT, through the Beaumont District Office, is responsible for selecting all projects relating to the state transportation system and national highways. This includes interstates and state and U.S. highways, but most importantly, this can also include the farm-to-market roads you use every day. The projects you will review today should respond to local needs. It is our responsibility to give you the opportunity to provide input on projects included in the rural tip. Once projects have been defined, they are evaluated according to their scale and classified according to the funding they require as well as their potential impact. Large projects are categorized as regionally significant projects and are included as standalone items. For example, a new bridge over a river. To simplify this budgeting and planning process, smaller projects are lumped together into 12 separate subcategories, referred to as grouped projects. Grouped projects include things like landscaping, safety lights, or new bicycle and pedestrian facilities. This grouping practice facilitates the federal funding of smaller projects. For example, the pavement repair of an FM road. This table is a snapshot of the proposed TIP listing, showing the details of the only regionally significant project included in the 2023-2026 rural TIP for Tyler County. This listing includes details such as a project description, which in this case is the proposed project that would widen US 69 from 2 to 4 lanes from Warren south to the Hardin County line. You'll also see the project cost information, such as preliminary engineering costs, right-of-way purchase, construction costs, indirect costs, and then the total project cost. The total estimated construction cost for this project is $70,588,282, and its current let date or bidding is fall in 2023. This table also shows authorized funding by TxDOT funding categories. This map shows the general location of the Tyler County US 69 project. The remainder of the projects in Tyler, Jasper, and Newton counties have been placed into the various subcategories referred to as grouped projects. A list of these projects can be found on the webpage for this meeting. The rural TIP functions as a budget list for the district. As such, it is fiscally constrained. Like the budget of a household, the rural TIP has to be realistic about the amount of money available to cover all the needs. Frequently, we identify more improvements than we have money to implement. This means prioritizing according to those items that are most necessary. We've discussed the list, but where is the money coming from? Funds come from 3 main sources. First, the federal government, through the establishment of the Fixing America's Surface Transportation Act, or FAST Act. The federal government allocates these funds through the processes established by the Federal Highway and Transit Administrations. 2. TxDOT, like the federal government, also allocates a section of our budget for these projects through the Unified Transportation Program's 12 funding categories. And 3. Local governments. Once the need has been identified and the amount of federal monies have been defined, the rural TIP helps local governments assess the funding requirements to match those of the federal and state government and their capacity to meet them. This slide shows the general progression of the rule tip process and where we are right now. Once your comments have been collected and reviewed, any necessary revisions will be made to the rule tip before it is submitted for approval and integration into the statewide document. The statewide Transportation Improvement Program is built from the rule tips of all the 25 districts in the state, as well as the transportation improvement programs from all the MPOs. Once the STIP is approved by the federal government, the included projects become one step closer to getting on the ground. Now that you are familiar with the program, we welcome your input. Comments must be postmarked or otherwise received by Monday, May 23rd, 2022. Please make sure to send your comments before that date. There are 3 ways to provide your comments. The first way is to mail any comments to Texas Department of Transportation, Beaumont District. Attention, rule tip. 8350 East Tex Freeway, Beaumont, Texas, 77708. The second way you can provide your comments is to email your comments to scott.ayers@txdot.gov. The third way you can provide comments is by submitting them online. Visit www.txdot.gov and search 2022 Beaumont Rule Tip. Again, as a reminder, comments must be postmarked or otherwise received by Monday, May 23rd, 2022. Please make sure to send your comments before that date. Please don't hesitate to contact the Beaumont District office with any questions on the rule tip. You can call 409-898-5732 Monday through Friday between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. or email bmtprojects@txdot.gov with any questions or comments at any time about any Beaumont District projects. And don't forget to click on these links and follow us on Twitter for ongoing road closures and construction updates on the Beaumont District Twitter page. You can also keep up with TxDOT News on our Facebook page. This concludes the presentation for the Beaumont District's fiscal year 2023-2026 Rule Tip. Thank you for your interest and participation in the transportation planning process. Again, thank you for watching.